Sounds good?
All right, welcome everybody to YouTube video channel ICOExpert, and we continue to do video interviews with great ICOs on the market. And we'll start today our meeting. I would like to remind that ICO Expert is not financial advisor, so all our videos is only our opinion, and you are only responsible for losses or profits. And today I'm super excited to present you another great ICO with co-founder Josh. And let's start with little introduction about yourself and about your company. Can you do this?
Yeah, so my name is Josh Fraser, and I'm one of the co-founders of OriginProtocol. And we're looking at building the sharing economy without intermediaries, or in other words, looking at how we build decentralized marketplaces on the Ethereum blockchain.
Okay, cool. I actually found original protocol very great product. I mean, very interesting idea.
Thank you.
And even we did like 1 week ago already prediction about three ICOs for the March and spring, and Origin Protocol got the third place in it. So I believe this is one of the toughest ICOs to hit that. And let's have a close look about why this is so good one. I found on I was amazed that you have such great partners like VTrust, Propi, then BToken. Can you say something about those partners?
Yeah, so we have over 20 projects that have committed to building on top of the Origin Protocol today, and we're adding more every single week. I think what a lot of these projects, and we have projects across all different verticals from, you mentioned some like Propi and BToken. We have many more across education markets and food delivery and all different types of marketplaces. And our pitch to these companies is actually quite simple. It's one, you can get to market sooner because we're building the technology. We've got an experienced team of engineers and product designers from, right here in San Francisco, Silicon Valley. And so you can get to market faster by building on top of our technology. Two, we'll help promote you and market you, which is obviously a big part of projects in this space, is building the community around it. And that's something we can help projects with as well. And lastly, there's a shared network effect that we can have when people build on top of our platform. And that's because when it takes a lot of work to get set up and running on, Ethereum, learning how to manage your private keys, how to get Ethereum to begin with, how to send tokens to people. It's a, steep learning curve to get onboarded. But once you do that, we can actually share that user across these different verticals. And so you can create one user account one time. The blending is, let's all speak the same language. We've already all given up our proprietary data silos that traditional companies hang on to so dearly. But if it's all public on the blockchain, who cares? Let's normalize this all. Let's all speak the same language and share from the benefits of being able to have those users move from service to service and have our identity and reputation that is established across those different verticals come with them as well.
Okay, cool. As I said, I really was amazed about those partners which are using your platform. For example, I want to remind our visitors that BToken was super successful ICO 1 month ago, and they sold their tokens within couple hours very fast. So I hope that you will sell your tokens as well, so very fast. You already mentioned that you have very great experienced team. I want to a little bit to discuss about that. Can you say something about your team and especially about advisors as well, which are helping to boost your company?
Sure. So I founded three venture-backed companies. So I have experience building companies in sort of traditional world, going through the process of raising money from investors and building up those teams. Sold one of those companies at a successful exit, sold that to Walmart Labs. My co-founder is Matt Liu. He was early YouTube. Was third product manager there, 25th employee. Was part of that acquisition to Google, and then was VP of product at two startups after that, Quickie and then Bonobos, both of which had successful outcomes as well. So that's the founding team. We have a very experienced team from Andrew Hyde, who's leading community for us. Before working on Origin, he was the founder of Startup Weekend, which put on hackathons in hundreds of cities all over the world. He was the first employee at Techstars, which of course is well known, startup incubator out of Colorado and now all around the world as well. And then, I think Coleman and John, our biz dev team, I think, the partners have been able to line up, speaks for themselves on what we're doing. And we have, our developer, Stan, is leading up our development efforts out of Colorado. And you can check out the demo that we have live on the Ethereum testnet today. So you can check that out as well. So, we're very lucky to have an experienced team. All of our, I think it's right, yeah, all of our members of our team right now are entrepreneurs themselves.
Okay.
And so it gives us a lot of, it lets us move very quickly because people are, ready to step up and make decisions and everyone has so much experience on the team. On the advisor side, we have Paul and Joey from Pantera, and they were helping us very early on in the process and were being incredibly helpful, making introductions and helping us, get up to speed on this crazy world of crypto. So they've been incredibly helpful. We're also working with Melody and the Spartan Group out of Singapore, and they're helping us with putting on events in Asia as well, which we're very excited about.
Okay, cool. So let's summarize. You have a great idea behind your ICO. You have already great partners which want to use platform. Then you have a third one. You have great team with advisors, and you already mentioned that there is already a demo product for OriginProtocol, which is also a big plus. So this 4 pluses already great one to make your company very, profitable and reliable. So let's at this moment, let's talk about ICO itself. At this moment, as I know, you do only pre-sale stage, and there is no information so far.
We're currently, so let me speak to that a little bit. So we're currently collecting interest. We have a form on our website where we're collecting interest from people who want to participate. But at this point, we haven't announced any details at all about pre-sale about a public sale or anything like that. So at this point, that's all we have to announce is just the interest form, which is on our on the top of our website.
Okay. Do you have in general idea when approximately will be this public information regarding token sale?
So I think our legal guidance has been that we should focus on distributing the token when we're going live on mainnet. And so that's our target. It's very much in line with our development calendar on when we can actually get the platform launched on mainnet. We're saying Q3 is our target for that.
Okay. You say you already collecting interest from community which want to take part inside of your in your project. Can you share approximately a little bit information regarding your community? How many already members, for example, on social networks?
Yeah, tens of thousands of people. It's really humbling and amazing to see. Our Telegram, I think we're about to hit 20,000 members in our Telegram, either today, tomorrow, something like that. And this is all organic. I know a lot of projects have bounty programs or pay for bots or whatever. We haven't done all that. It's all organic. So 20,000 people in Telegram, on our email list is quite a bit bigger than that. And what I'm most impressed by is how willing our community has been to jump in and help, whether it's helping us, spread the word, putting up blog posts for us. Our website's been translated into 17 different languages, and that was done entirely by our community. It's just our community raising their hand and volunteering, saying, hey, we'd like to help, and they did a phenomenal job. Same thing on the coding side. We probably have 20 people who have stepped up and started contributing in meaningful ways, sending us pull requests, submitting code. We have a weekly call with our developers. Regularly have dozens of people on that call. People who are wanting to get more involved and actually engage in helping us build this product to market. So couldn't be more grateful and more proud of the community that we're building on this. It's really incredible.
Yes, that's also impressive for me that you have so big community already on such early stage of your campaign. And I think like when you will announce regarding public sale, you will have way more than that. But even with this community, you can sell all your tokens very fast. That is why, as I said,
yeah, and we're doing this for the long haul, right? Yeah, I'll just, one thing I was going to say too is like we're building this for the long term, and so we're very much focused on actually building this technology. Finding people in the community who believe in this shared vision with us, and want to help us, build decentralized marketplaces which are governed by open, fair, transparent rules instead of the whims of corporate rulers. And so we're looking for people to really buy into that. And so we talk a lot more about what we're doing, why we're doing it versus just ICO. And so what really our community that we have right now. I think obviously there's some people there that are interested in the sale and being a part of it in that way. But there's a lot of people who are just wanting to build on top of this platform as well, and also believe in this decentralized future. And we're really excited about that.
Okay, cool. Now, just maybe you can tell us at this moment, do you have information, for example, which investors can participate in your future ICO? I mean, is it possible, for example, for United States citizens to take part in it or not, or you don't have yet such information?
Yeah, we haven't announced that at all. I'll just say philosophically, we want best, the blockchain way is to open it up to as many people as possible. And so that's always what we're going to strive to do. With a caveat of that, we need to respect the local laws and security laws because we are based here in the United States, and they have some pretty stringent rules that we need to follow.
Absolutely agree with you. Let's talk a little bit regarding, because you are doing blockchain project, how you decided to do this. I mean, and when you first time started to learn about blockchain, Bitcoins, and so on.
Yeah. So I actually got into Bitcoin back in 2010. They faucet websites that you could click a button and we just send you a Bitcoin for free. And I actually mined my very first Bitcoin on my laptop. You could do it in like an hour on your laptop at this point. And so I got in very early. I unfortunately didn't, keep mining or take it very seriously at the time. But always held on to it. Still have those early Bitcoins today. Back in like end of 2016, Matt and I both started getting more involved. Both wanted to learn Solidity, so we started teaching ourselves how to code, looking at smart contracts, and really captured our imagination on programmable money, smart contracts, trustless, like all of this unlocks a whole new class of problems that never before been solvable in all of humanity. And so we were looking at it saying, what are the most interesting applications here? Where do we want to dig in? And everyone from hardcore anarchists to Goldman Sachs were saying the same thing, which was Uber, Airbnb, Fiverr, Postmates, all of these sharing economy companies mediated by the blockchain. And so we said to ourselves, one, is that even possible? And two, who cares, right? Why is that important and meaningful for the world? And so, to answer the first question of, is it possible to build a decentralized marketplace on the blockchain? we just built one just to do it. So we've got a nicer version of that initial prototype up on testnet today. But that's that was the first prototype that Matt and I built. It's kind of like a Craigslist style marketplace, built on Ethereum, built on IPFS, but no central servers whatsoever. And so really simple app, but from a philosophical standpoint, it's really incredible when you understand what's going on, underneath. The second question was a lot more interesting. Why is this important? Why is this meaningful for the world? And there are 3 or 4 big reasons that I want to talk about. The first is cutting out the fees. So these marketplaces, centralized marketplaces, the Ubers and Airbnbs of the world, they usually take 20, 30, sometimes 40% out of every transaction. And 99% of what we're doing is just making introductions, providing that digital town square for buyers and sellers to be able to find each other. And so if we take out the middleman, the fees go with it. And so we can use, revolutionary business model of blockchain and get rid of those fees altogether. And secondly, we saw a chance to get rid of that single point of failure where, last week in San Francisco, 4,000 listings were deleted from Airbnb platform because the city of San Francisco decided to sue Airbnb $1,000 a day for every unregistered listing on their platform, and poof, just like that, 4,000 listings just disappeared.
Yep.
And so we've seen this all over the world, not just in San Francisco, not just Airbnb. We've seen Airbnb get slapped down in cities all over the world. We've seen Uber get banned in London, Vancouver, and Austin, Texas for a while. And so, we think one of our jobs here is future-proofing our world against, these overzealous governments coming in with, overzealous regulations. The other thing is, sometimes these companies themselves like to pick and choose favorites on who is and decide who is and isn't welcome on their platforms. And so we've seen, people get banned from life for, a small, from Uber for as small a crime as sending a tweet that the company didn't like or whatever. And so we think that's an incredible amount of power that these companies have given themselves. And what we want to do is create a way for, truly peer-to-peer marketplace. I mean, people talk about Airbnb and Uber as these peer-to-peer marketplaces, but they're not. They're peer to massive corporate monopoly to peer marketplaces. And so what we're doing is we're getting rid of that corporate monopoly and we're going with a pure peer-to-peer model. And when you think about it, how do you go up against multi-million and multi-billion-dollar companies? And that's where we can incentivize the early participants in the network to use the platform even in the early days where maybe there's less listings or user experience is a little bit more difficult to use. But we can incentivize people and reward people for being early users of the platform and, inviting their friends, making transactions, leaving reviews, incentivize all the behaviors we want on the platform. And meanwhile, disincentivize all the behaviors we don't want to make sure that our network doesn't get filled up with spam and fake listings and stuff like that. So those are the sort of 3 things we talk about most. One last thing I'll add is just when you think about the number of people in this world who are unbanked. They say there's 2 billion people in this world who just don't have traditional banking services at all. And if you don't have a bank account or a credit card, you're not welcome on most digital marketplaces. Absolutely. You can't use Airbnb or any of these services if you don't have basic banking. But for these 2 billion people, most of them have cell phones. And as a result, they have access to cryptocurrency. And so what we really believe is that for billions of people on this planet, the very first experience they're ever going to have with a digital marketplace of any kind is going to be, cryptocurrency based, completely decentralized, without any corporate middleman at all. And so that's what we're building. That's why we're building it. That's what gets us up every morning. And we couldn't be more excited to have, such a big community who are buying into this vision with us and want to be a part of this mission.
Cool. Great. Thanks for explanation about your vision, about your idea. And again, I want to summarize what we learned today, that OriginProtocol is sharing business and very great ICO with a strong team, strong advisors, then with good community, with already existing demo product, company also registered in United States, and at this moment they are doing pre-sale and collecting people who want to participate later on the public sale, and as that is why I gave that place for upcoming ICOs in the next 1 to 3 months. And before I am always asking one funny question to all our visitors, and that is, what do you think? What will be the price of Bitcoin in 1 year? Any number?
I have no idea. I have no idea at all.
Okay.
Uh, I'm a long-term believer in
Uh-huh.
it. I have no idea what it's going to do, today or tomorrow or next year. But I believe it'll do. I'm a long-term hodler, so I believe in this stuff long-term.
Yeah, I think that after you sold your first Bitcoins in 2010, 11, now you think maybe that it is better to hold them for long term, for long perspective.
Oh, I still have those initial Bitcoins. I still have them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, like
Hodling all the way, man. Hodling all the way.
all right. Thanks again, Josh, for your interview, for sharing information and coming to our YouTube channel. And if you liked this video and you want to participate more about and learn more about Origin Protocol, you can find the link below this video. We are not have any affiliate relationship with this project, but again, you can find link below this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel ICOExpert. So thanks again for watching this video, and have a nice day to you.